swarm of bees settled under this umbrella and I was called to remove them. So I started scooping bees off the umbrella and putting them into a hive. When bees are in swarms like this, it means they're looking for a new place to live. They tend to be very docile since they don't have any resources to defend. They don't have a hive, food, or baby bees to protect, but they should have a queen. So with every handful of bees I scooped, I spent time searching for the queen. I repeated this process over and over again. By the time I removed most of the bees, I still had not seen the queen, and I realized this was an unusual case of a queenless swarm. This colony would not survive without a queen, but luckily I had an extra one on me I could give them. As soon as I gave the queen to the colony, they rushed to meet her. If they didn't accept her, they would try to kill her. If they did accept her, they would release her from the box by chewing through the piece of candy that stops up one end. As soon as the bees in the hive met the new queen, they began sending signals to the other bees telling them to move off the umbrella and into the box. So I just waited in the swarm of bees as the colony moved into their new home. After about 15 minutes, most of the bees were with their colony. So I checked on the queen and saw that the bees were starting to accept her. I waited a while longer for the bees to get in their new hive. Then I loaded them into my truck and drove home. I put the bees in my apiary so they could continue the important work they do in a place that's safer for them and for people, and it was another great day of saving the bees.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I watched the bee videos there. The first one, the real beekeeper lady. I don't know her name, the blonde lady, but it's not the first video I've seen of her where she shows how she just scoops up the bees with her hand. She's never wearing like a good outfit with the netted headgear and the white, you know, outfit that looks like what the crime scene investigators use when they're recovering a body in the woods, like Megan's all dressed up trying to act like she knows what she's doing, even though the first time she allegedly showed herself with a beekeeper, she was only wearing half the outfit. uh Obvious she has no idea what she's doing, and yet there she is, and there were no bees around. She's just walking towards where supposedly allegedly there are bees with her alleged child there. Meanwhile, you've got a real beekeeper who doesn't wear anything. I mean, just everything Megan does, she's a fraud, from the fake flight attendant that came out and tried to claim that she wrote letter notes back and forth on napkins, to this. Like, everything Megan's doing is just it's such a fraud. Everything's like fake. She doesn't even try to pretend like she has any real expertise, and she's surrounded by people who should know better, right? She works with the CIA and others. So I'm just wondering, like, why the continuous scams? Why is it she has to constantly? She pretends she's a founder of a company when all she did was order some cheap, you know, strawberry or raspberry or whatever it was from China, obviously, and just shipped out a few to people. Didn't even say the things people actually ate that scam jam, and it didn't even say where it was made or what was in it. I mean, it's like everything she's doing is just such a scam. It's just such a fraud and a crime, really. Um, how she hasn't been held accountable, in this day and age, it seems like all the Satanists and criminals are out in force, like Bill Gates and all the rest of them. So I'm just wondering, like, why she's continuing with these scams, why she's continuing pretending to know what she's doing in the kitchen. Like, she knows she can't cook anything except maybe pasta, which anyone can cook. Or cutting up pieces of fruit. Oh, there you go. She's so talented, cutting up pieces of fruit, right? I mean, the girl, she tries to pretend she's a Martha Stewart. She tries to pretend she's a beekeeper. She tries to pretend she flew commercial when we all know she didn't. I'm just wondering, like, why all the scams? I mean, I know she does a lot of spell work and whatnot with her Instagram and whatnot. But it just seems like she's trying to make everybody crazy or crazier, like since she's obviously, her and Harry have been doing since day one, all throughout the COVID psyop, the fake pregnancies and everything else she's done. It's just one scam after another. And it just never seems to end. It's like it's a constant. Her entire life is just a parody. It's just a farce, and we all know that. It's just irritating that um, it continues on, and yeah, she physically falls apart and pees on stage, and just. I mean, the woman is just. She looks like she's got one foot in the grave. She really looks gross. I mean, she looks unhealthy. I mean, she's got lines up and down her face. She looks like she's 85 years old already. I mean, she's even older than that. So I'm just wondering, like, what is the point? Like, when is she gonna give it a rest already? And hopefully my camera stays on for more than just a few minutes. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's like nothing but trouble these days. So, anyways, let's see. Megan's with her scamming and trying to pretend that she knows things that she doesn't know and tries to portray herself as being an expert in things she knows nothing about. Why? Why is she continuing this? What's the point? What is she expecting to get from this? What's she gonna do next? Her scamming. Oh my goodness. I mean, obviously, she's being a distraction from Harry, and he is having these scandals coming out with the African parks and the Sentabale. And she's been doing a lot of always doing the Photoshop pictures with Harry. Her anniversary stuff was all just Photoshop pictures. It's all as fake and phony as everything else she does. Yeah. So let's see. Meghan with her scams. Why is she still continuing with them? Let's see what the cards show. Just never ends, that girl. Uh-huh. Knight of Cups. Mm-hmm. It's an attack on people conscious as well as unconscious. I take the cups as well as the fact that she is always, you know, drinking and drugging and whatnot as well. This is, of course, a little performance, and it's meant to emotionally rile people. You get the knight here, like attacking people in a way. Oh, there we go. 10 of Swords reversed as people are being attacked. And lots of pointy objects here that never seem to get recalled, even though we have so many deaths and injuries. So, she is here to be a distraction while there's mass numbers of deaths going on around the world for various reasons. One major one that we know of, one major cause that, has been censored everywhere. Eight of Swords reversed. I take it as she's trying to avoid going to prison herself. I think that she knows that she's committed so many crimes, and everything she's done has been a lie, a fake, and phony, and she gets found out. There are repercussions she's facing. The P. Diddy trial going on right now has been very eye-opening, and a lot coming out about Ellen DeGeneres and her connections. And of course, it was all of the people that Meghan and Harry are associated with, Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres, and all these people are very much involved in crimes with P. Diddy. And it's all coming out more and more. So the base of Meghan and her crimes, oh my goodness, the shadow side, the devil reversed. So I see that as, her, what I was just saying, the P. Diddy and the satanic cabal, they're all involved in. Of course, it is a lot of drugs and trafficking and sex slavery, as well as the Satanism involved in it as well. So it's very evil. She's part of this, everything that she's doing is part, and it brings in the witchcraft that she's doing as well. It's keeping the satanic power going, the spell work. She's part of it, obviously. And it's what she's doing, this this farceness, this the falsity, the lies, right? The father of lies that she obviously worships and works for. So that's why everything she does is a lie, and it's all to spread lies and to distract and to make people crazy. And all the work she's done so far, of course, focusing on putting up all this nonsense and trying to disturb everybody. I see this often as an online card, putting things out there, but it's also her putting out her garbage, trying to sell her things that she's always trying to sell, and ripping people down off the internet as well with her evil cabal and the work she was doing, especially was very prominent. It's still going on, the evil still going on, but it's not as powerful, I think, especially with the censorship. However, there's still a lot of accountability that needs to be had in that area that she's and her and Harry are very involved in. So, yeah, so that's also part of her craziness, of course, instigating people. So, what's she expecting from all this? Justice reversed. Exactly. She wants to get away with the crimes, continue committing the crimes of the criminal organization, major arcana. So, of course, she is, possibly still hoping with her criminal connections and her Satanists that she's going to continue doing her fake royal act and try to portray herself as a royal in the U.S. And some may say she may try to, take over in the UK. But I think that it seems like she wants to be a satanic fake royal in the US like she's been doing, continuing that. So she's trying to avoid, and I get King of Swords reversed. So she is trying to avoid getting caught for her crimes. And I think also she's taking orders from those above her, maybe Obama, this could be Obama, whoever that is in charge. And this kind of looks like Marcus Anderson as well, could be her handler as well. So, working with these Satanists, and she's trying to avoid getting in trouble with them because she'll be taken out if she stops doing what she's doing. So, she does have to continue her fakeness, her little acts, her little Instagram postings, and all the craziness she does. Oh, and what she's hoping for, destroy America, destroy and kill as many people as possible. Of course, death, death, and death. I mean, it's all about killing as many people as humanly possible to bring in that technocracy, that satanic technocracy with Meghan's buddy Bill Gates. I mean, Harry and Meghan just hired another Bill Gates employee, a second one. They work very closely together, obviously. So, and they want more death. I mean, they're eugenicists, right? It's like Harry with Jane Goodall, buddy and pal, all the eugenicists hang out together. And so that's very much also, I'll be getting a lot of death, a lot of evil, spell work and crimes against humanity and being involved in that and avoiding going to prison. So, her madness, there's a method to her madness. I mean, it's evil, but it's also part to distract while they continue killing and continue putting out death shots. So, yeah. How's Harry influencing her Three of Wands? So Harry is a minor arcana because he's too dumb to do this on his own, That's Meghan pulling most of the weight there. He, of course, is a necessary feature in this because without him, Meghan's nothing. So he's the on the sideline when on call for photos, or whatever that needs to be done. He can handle. So he is definitely a part, but it's mainly Meghan doing most of the evil spell work and the craziness and the insanity and to make people crazy and especially the evil satanic spell work with everything to continue the death and destruction in the Western world, which is continuing and ongoing. So what's she going to do next? Oh, the Empress. Okay, so again, she's going to continue whipping out backs of the children's heads everywhere, pretending to be this, mama like Princess Diana. So she's going to continue this homemaker, this satanic witchery of a homemaker type of thing. Kind of like Oprah, I mean, who is super evil, who also was portraying herself as just, another, American housewife type figure at first. Now, of course, we all know better, but that's what Meghan's trying to do, right? She's trying to portray herself as a Martha Stewart type figure, mother type figure, trying to push stuff on mothers and portray herself as just a mom. It's most important title, that BS that she comes out with, but she's going to be continuing with that. And of course, with Princess Diana, I was just thinking about Saturn just entering Aries. And the last time Saturn entered Aries was in 1996. Just shortly before, a year before Princess Diana's death. So we're coming up to the Saturn return next year of Princess, Princess Diana's death. The year after that, right? 1997 to. I think it's gonna be 2026 when Saturn's in the same place, the official Saturn return. But anyways, Saturn return's important as far as a return and a repetition of something happening, and so I see Meghan using that and being a part of her witch work and what she'd be doing, especially with the Empress coming up to focus on the mother, and in the long term, I'm no doubt she's going to be coming out more with more lies, and she's already threatened quite a few times to write her book. She's keeping a journal, don't you know? So, and she's writing emails to her children every day, according to her. I don't believe that lazy witch she can't even be bothered to learn how to be a real beekeeper. I mean, the woman does nothing. She's too lazy to write anything, but she is gonna have Scooby-Doo, I'm sure, some other ghostwriter. She's going to be, constantly coming out with the lies and the stories. I mean, she's going to be milking this for all it's worth, and it's always going to be about her threatening to come out with new lies and new stories. And that's just because she's a pathological, evil, satanic liar, and it will continue on and on. I also see this as her spell work. I mean, using her videos and the stupid things she says. There's like spell work involved with it. And she's also going to pretend to be speaking for Diana as well. She continues that nonsense as well. So I do see that she's going to continue with the spell work and putting out her evil with the videos, with with podcasts, and with whatever she writes about and whatnot. But at the bottom of it all, it's just evil. It's just satanic ball and her playing a part in that. And of course, she's getting a lot of support from the Satanists around her. So, and pushing death and death and death and crimes against humanity and keeping people confused and disoriented and say, what is wrong? Why is she so damn crazy? Yeah, she's just going to continue enjoying herself and attacking people's consciousness and emotions with her empowering herself with the spell work and Princess Diana's memory. So that is what I see. She's not going to stop, obviously, and it's going to continue on and on. And for anyone unfortunate enough to be paying attention, so we're just, torturing ourselves a little bit, but sooner or later, there's the hope that justice is coming for her. I'll have to wait and see. Time will tell. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.